Good evening. Good evening, Reverend Lynn.
Good evening, Reverend Sarah. Lovely to be here with you in sunny Bridlington.
Absolute pleasure. The pleasure is all ours, I'm sure. I know we've got a slight echo back, and the internet's been very naughty. I noticed that the credits were breaking up as well, so we'll just have to bear with us, everyone. And I'm just going to mute Reverend Lynn. Bless her. I did pre-warn her. We've got a little bit of echo back, so I'm not being rude. She just nod to let everybody know that's okay, isn't it, Reverend Lynn? Thank you. So, yeah, I've been given nearly the thumbs up. Thank you for joining us. Hello, good evening, David and Debbie and Dorothy and all the people that I can see are putting messages in there. Thank you for joining us this evening. I'm going to swap Reverend Lynn and I over so that Reverend Lynn can do our opening prayer for this evening, if you may.
Oh, I'm unmuted now. Well, good evening, everybody. And it's just so nice to be serving the Bridlington Christian Spiritualist Church. And as I said to Reverend Sarah, you know, I did have rather a long car journey to get to you, as I did a detour around the Peak District and admired the view there on the route back to your place. No, really and truly, it's a wonderful experience to be able to use this what we call new technology, which of course is now old technology, in order to be able to contact and be with each other in this way. It's wonderful. Well, of course, we are using this time to pray, and this is the old-fashioned technology that we can still use. God is there and present, and even if we can't see him, we know he's there in just the same way as if we were turned off your screens, you would know that we were still here. And that's a wonderful thing, isn't it? So please join with me in a prayer for us all. Dear God, we ask for your presence to bless us all at this time. Let us experience the upliftment and comfort of remembering and knowing that we are all in your divine presence, even in our darkest moments, day and night. In our daytime, look after us all, dear Lord, as we go about our allotted tasks and those whose trials and tribulations are almost too much to bear. And watch, O Lord, dear Lord, with those who wake or watch or weep tonight, and give your angels charge over those who sleep. Tend your sick ones, rest your weary ones, bless your dying ones, soothe your suffering ones, and pity our afflicted ones, and shield your joyous ones. We ask all this in the name of love and light. Amen.
Thank you, Reverend Lynn. I'm sorry, I'm battling here. We've got the Christmas tree up, and the cat thinks it's her own personal scratching post. So I've got the cat this side rattling the Christmas tree, and the rabbit's just found the light next to me and the wire, and I can see the wire wobbling. And this is a huge lamp if it lands on her, you know. So forgive me if I'm looking this way and that. I'm trying to battle all the elements as well as the internet this evening. I'm just going to do the Lord's Prayer, if I may, Reverend Lynn. Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, the power, and the glory, forever and ever. Amen. Thank you, that's lovely. I'm going to, I can see there's lots of people saying hello. I'm sorry, I'm going to have to mute you again there, bless you. We've got Jan saying amen, and hi Jan, and hi Adrian, and good evening Anne. Good evening both from Reverend Adrian there. Who else? So we've got lots of people on there. And Holly, hi Holly, thank you for joining us. Lots of people all eager to see your work this evening, Reverend Lynn. No pressure at all. I think what we will do next, even though the healing candles were also playing up earlier, I'm going to give them a go because I have got a big list of people that would like healing sent out to them. So if I may, I am going to put the healing candles on and run the credits there with everybody's names on. If you'd like anybody's names added, please put them in the comments. Is that all right with you, Reverend Lynn?
Yes, whatever you say.
Fantastic.
I don't know what you said actually, but you know, whatever you said is fine.
Here we go then.
I don't know what to do.
Amen. Gosh, we're having real trouble with the internet this evening, aren't we? Dear me. I'm going to put myself on mute, Reverend Lynn. Hang on one sec. And turn the whole service over to you for your address, which I'm very much looking forward to. I haven't heard one of your addresses for a while, except when I pop onto Little Pot's live services there, but I haven't had your address for a while, so I'm very much looking forward to it. I'm going to make you slightly bigger on the screen, and I'm going to mute myself and unmute you. Let me know when you're ready.
Hello, everybody again. I've just been told that there's a lot of echoing on our broadcast, and I hope that people will be able to overcome that difficulty. I don't know if everybody can sort of cope with that, but anyway, about the you heard Reverend Sarah say that she hadn't heard one of my addresses for a long time. Well, I really have to say that I have a YouTube channel with lots of things on that you could call addresses. And it's just my name. If you just Google my name on YouTube, there's loads and loads and loads of stuff about spiritualism on it, and various talks. Anyway, we're here and now, and I always wonder what I'm going to talk about whenever it is that I'm going to talk. And I know that we ask them upstairs to prompt us. We talk about our guides and helpers a lot. We talk about them inspiring us or even telling us what to say and do. And of course, this is the way in which we give our addresses. And this evening, I was very prompted to talk about, you know, how miserable everybody seems to be, and the amount of misery that's pumped out in the media. And you know, there's a sort of a tide of negativity that threatens to engulf us, I think. You know, with the new problems with the pandemic and many hours spent being broadcast to us about how dreadful everything is. And there's now this sort of vaccination v anti-vaccination, and a lot of heaping of calumny on people's heads who don't have a vaccination, that they're killing everybody else off and things like that, and then there are all sorts of arguments and opinions about this. And meanwhile, of course, the population of the world is suffering from this dreadful virus. But then, of course, we've been suffering from dreadful viruses right from the beginning. And I think one of the most virulent viruses that we have to deal with is that which emanates from ourselves, and that is a negativity virus. That everywhere we look, we see doom and gloom and despondency, and we see it being spread far and wide over this planet. And of course, we need to have a clear, objective view of what problems are that beset us in order to solve those problems. But what's actually happening is that we seem to be overtaken by negativity, and it looks like there aren't really any sort of light solutions to the problems that we're experiencing. I think that the Romans, of course, who knew a lot about negative psychic energy and who tortured thousands and thousands of people on their crosses, releasing all that negativity into the world's atmosphere, into the ether, into the etheric, that affected everybody so badly and kept the world's population as it was then down. And I think that this is what's happening at the moment, that people are feeling miserable even if they don't quite know why. And this is as a result, I believe, of all this negativity that's being pumped out. So they may not be crucifying people all over the place at this point, but there's another way of crucifying people and another way of demonstrating misery and letting it loose in the world. And that, I believe, is what a lot of the broadcast media is doing at the moment. And we as spiritualists are really tasked, if you like, with actually dispelling that negativity and bringing that positivity to bear. We always talk about good triumphing over evil, but we have to identify the evil. It's not just random, is it? And when we can see that, we can say, well, okay, you can pump out all your misery that you like, but I am going, as a person, I'm going to pump out all the good that I can and all the positive vibes that I can to counteract that and actually defeat it. So I think that, some people would say that's a matter of faith and prayer. And of course, both of those things, I think we need to know that everything will be well. We need to know that everything is within a divine plan and that good is going to triumph over evil, and that our positive mindset will triumph over the negatives. But it has to be done in a positive way. So we need to keep that sort of expectant attitude that good will happen, that everything will be well, in order to counteract that awful misery that we get about, oh dear, oh, this is awful and this is terrible and all this is going to get much worse and what are we going to do? I mean, there's a terrible impact on people's own psyche and spirit when they just keep hearing miserable stuff all the time. And this is something that I feel quite strongly about, as you can imagine. And I think that all of us as spiritualists need to feel strongly about that in order to fight back and say, no, 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 no. Do you know that everything is going to be all right? That if you look back in history, you can see that all the dreadful things that happened in the world to people, all of that has been overcome, and we've got this far. The words of that wonderful hymn, Amazing Grace, you know, it's true. You know, we have been guided this far. If we look at our own lives, bring it down to just ourselves, which we can understand more readily, and we can see that sitting, well, lying wherever we are, at whatever particular moment in time, we have come through all sorts of dangerous toils and snares, and we are still here. And sometimes we don't know how we've accomplished that. And I say that where those gaps in our actual knowledge are, is where God is, because we can't always understand the plan. We can't always understand what's happening, and certainly we can't understand God itself, himself, herself, itself. And you know, we can only know by looking back at our own lives that we've come this far. And I think that is so important. And as spiritualists, I think we have a duty to tell people what we know, and to know that good is the most powerful thing in this world of ours, because it comes from the heavenly realms, and that is all about love. And spiritualists know all about love. We know very little about the devil, except that we keep it out. And I won't go on too much. I hope that you've had a little bit of food for thought. I see there are some comments, perhaps stunned into silence, but I really do wish you all well. And I know that you will, everybody will, you know, put out those positive vibes all the time and cheer people up and say to them, look, you know, it's going to get better. You know, it's always got better in the end. If you look back at how far the human population has come, shall we say, even, but as you yourself are all living proofs that whatever has happened to you, you've got this far. So I'll leave you with those few thoughts, because this is a spiritualist service, and it is, I know, the last one of 2021. And I'm very, very honoured and privileged of being asked to do this, because really it amounts to being your Christmas service, and, you know, where we celebrate the light, and the light being shown by a baby that is born. And we know that Jesus, or Yeshua, wasn't actually born on December the 25th of December. Nevertheless, it is a lovely way of commemorating the birth of one who was to bring so much light into the world. And when people complain and say that, you know, that light has brought war and conflict in its name, we say no, not in its name. That was the devil's work, and only love and light will prevail. And the birth of babies is very, very symbolic, because that is a new person being brought into this world from spirit, a spirit being in themselves, who is going to be able to do good in the world, and as they go through life, make things better for other people. And I think if we could all do that, that would be a good thing. So I think I shall wish you a very happy Christmas at this point. God bless.
Wonderful, Reverend Lynn. That was lovely. Thank you, and so true. So true. If we all walk round miserable, we know what's the point? Paint a smile on your face and cheer someone else up. Absolutely, I totally agree. I am a cup half full kind of person, so I totally agree with that one. As our church will tell you, I am a bit bouncy off the walls kind of person. It does keep them all on the toes. I can see them backstage. There's two from our church. They're nodding. In fact, three, and they're all smiling and saying yes. So thanks for that, Jeanette. Thank you, and Karen and Marion there. I'd like to say hi to Donna. Donna, hi. Thanks for joining us. Donna Clements down south. That's lovely. We used to watch her little services. They were fabulous when we were all in that dreaded, we won't use the C word. But yeah, I used to watch her services. They were lovely, and we've become friends because of that. So it's really nice. We are mixing things up a bit this week, and we've got people backstage, as I've just mentioned, to do readings live on the screen. And the reason is because the internet has been so naughty the last couple of weeks, and we're losing the comments. It doesn't seem to want to sync with Facebook at the moment for me, and I'm going to have to really put my mindset into that, and maybe speak to Reverend Nick, who's a bit more techno than me, and see if he can help me out with it. So hopefully normal service will resume in 2022. But for now, I'm going to, who shall I? Oh yeah, I think Marion was the first. So Marion, I'm about to put you on the screen, Marion. Give me a nod if that's okay. Yep, she's nodding. There we go. So there's Marion. I shall disappear off the screen, Reverend Lynn, and unmute you both. And you will let me know when you've done, and then I'll come back on and swap Marion over as it was.
Hello, Marion.
Hello, love.
Now, I think that Reverend Sarah's going to have to mute you, Marion, and then when you want to reply or whatever, she'll have to, unmute you, because otherwise we'll get this awful echo. Well, as I look at you, I can see that you're actually a very spiritual person, because I can see that glow around you, and I know that you're very much in touch, and you have this serene glow around you that means that you actually know what I'm going to talk about before I'm actually going to talk about it. So I feel that you're a very, very spiritual lady indeed. Would that be right, Marion?
I don't know.
You can nod or shake your head. Nod or shake your head. Yes. No. That's not true. If you're being told that you have this lovely connection with the spirit world, then that this is the truth, you see. So, and apparently this is very important for you to know, because there are times when you are doubtful within yourself, and there are people that you miss very much, and you send your thoughts out, and you sort of, and in a way it's kind of like a desperate thing, and you're wondering sometimes if they actually are there, if they can hear you. And yes, I guess so. And if they are actually watching when certain things happen with you, and when you could do with their presence around you. Is that correct? Yes. It's only, you have to sort of say yes or no. I mean, I'm asking you if it's correct. I know it's correct, but I have to be polite and ask you so that other people know that it's true as well, you see, because this is what it's all about, isn't it? This is a public demonstration. It's not a private sitting. So it's very important that people realise that what we're getting as mediums is actually truthful, and that we're getting it from a source that they cannot see themselves. We cannot see themselves, but the medium is expected to see and hear. Okay. And I know that you have got family in the world of spirit that you would dearly love to hear from. And I have two couples, in fact. So I feel that, you got two couples there, and I really do feel that you have your grandparents over there that you were very fond of. You didn't know them?
No.
You didn't know your grandparents at all?
No.
Well, would we say that they were very fond of you? They would be very fond of you?
Yeah.
Yes. So sometimes we get that sort of two-way thing, because I'm sure that in your heart you would be fond of them, their memory.
Mm.
If people talk to you about your grandparents, do you feel love for them?
Yes.
Yes. Well, that's that's that, you see. And I feel also, I don't want to bury your parents, but I feel also that your parents are very important to you. And I feel that there's a couple over there, and I feel that they're parents to you.
No.
Are they
Just
both
my
down
mum.
here?
Just my dad's still alive.
Good. The thing is this, that sometimes when we see them together, it's because if there is one down here still, that person over there really misses them and sort of actually envisages them over there with them. Would you understand that?
Yeah.
Because you know, I can't remember now who you said was over there and who was down here, but certainly they're very, very, very close. And they would have really almost sort of been an entity in themselves. I feel that they had a very close relationship.
Yes.
Oh dear. So the person over there, is this your dad over there?
No, my mum.
Your mum's over there. Did she have a problem with her chest?
Yeah.
She did. They're almost interchangeable. They must have been very, very, very close while they were down here together.
Yes.
Would you understand that? Yes. You know, some people aren't so close as that, but they seem really wrapped up in each other. That's what we used to call it.
Yeah.
And there's still this sort of does your dad talk about your mum?
Yes.
A lot?
Yeah.
Yeah. And has he told you that he sort of dreams about her or sees her?
Yeah. Yeah. He's seen her.
Yes, that's what she's telling me, you see. And so that's why I got the two of them together, because in his mind, they're still together, because he knows they are together. And the thing is that he's doing everything that he's doing down here, but in a way he's wanting to be over there. Can you understand that?
Yes.
Because it's like it's like she's saying, you know, like it was like the light had gone out for him when she went. You understand why she would be saying that?
Yeah. Yeah.
You yourself have had some okay, thank you. You yourself have had some problems yourself, you know, in health wise. Now you look very healthy to me, but she's saying you've had a couple of goes of it, she's going.
Still have.
Yeah, well, she's saying you've had a couple of goes of it. That's how she put it to me, you see. So she's being very discreet. And she's having a laugh. She's saying, keep taking the tablets. So I think I've got you sort of looking at all these pills or something that you've got there. You have? Yes. And have you tried some? She's laughing at you. She's saying, you know, you were always a butterfingers. Can you understand that? And you used to drop things and Yeah. And she says you should have it all more sorted out. Don't know what she's talking about. I think she's talking about your tablets and stuff. And also, are you supposed to be on a special kind of diet of some sort? Because she's going around looking in your cupboards.
No.
I think she's sort of looking at your food and thinking like this is not as well as she would have done. So I think she must have been a very good cook.
She was.
And she's criticising yours.
I won't be surprised.
Saying, you know, sorry?
I said I won't be surprised.
No, I'm not surprised either, really, but we won't go into that. What she's saying is, you know, you can't be, she's saying you can't be a good stew and, you know, nourishment, she's saying. You need a bit more nourishment, she's going. So you're avoiding certain food. I don't know what you're avoiding, but you're avoiding some certain food that you think is fattening.
Full meals.
Sorry?
I don't cook full meals like she would have done.
You don't? No. Well, obviously not. I mean, you know, I can't keep, you know, I mean, you'd think that they'd do something else rather than come and criticise us, wouldn't you? But it's really just how she was. And that's something that your dad also misses, being told what to do. Because she used to tell him what to do. You know, when he had to get washed and dressed and what to wear, she was good at that. And I think he had some old cap or something that she didn't like. I'm looking at, you know, she's sort of telling him like what to wear when he goes out. Oh, I know what it is. Yeah, sorry, love. She's saying he should wear something on his head.
Me.
Sorry?
He doesn't wear anything on his head like me.
No, she's saying he should wear something on his head when he goes out. So she's sort of handing him this cap. And it's like one of these nice sort of, you know, cheese cutters, we used to call them. Like a nice cap, like grey flannel or something. She's just showing him one of those. If you can tell your dad, because I think there's some kind of memory there. I've got a feeling that he might just have had one a long time ago.
No, that was my uncle.
She's showing it. Sorry, your uncle wore a cap like that?
Yeah.
Oh, well, he was obviously over there as well, prompting her. Because that's what they do, you see. They gather round and they confuse us as well. The main thing is, okay, I'll tell her. You've really got to make sure that you get enough nourishment. This is not a joke. And you've got to know that everything is going to work out well for you, that you're not to worry. Now, that's easily said, she's telling me, because you're a worrier. That's what she says.
Yeah.
Yes. But she's telling me that things are going to go better for you, that your dad will have to wait longer. Okay, so you've been concerned about that. You understand? Sorry?
He's 97.
97?
Yeah.
97. Wow. Well, you've still got to wait longer. No wonder, you know, there's this sort of going on all the time, because I think he might just get his telegram. I think that's been a joke as well. The telegram from the Queen.
Yeah, he says he's going to live till he's 150.
Yeah, right. Okay. So, like, you know, he knows. I mean, he's in touch with your mum for sure. You know, I think so, and that's why he's as cheerful as he is. But I think he's actually looking forward to that reunion, but it's not
Yes.
going to happen for a while. Okay.
Oh.
So I say God bless to you, Marion. I hope you've enjoyed that little chat. And
Love,
I
thank
say
you.
God bless to her and your dad. And I know that, you know, everything's going to be fine. And there's, of course, there's other, yeah, right. There's other family over there, which, of course, you know about anyway. So I say God bless, because here we are. Look, there's the big hooks coming out now. I've got to leave. We've got to, you've got to leave.
I've just muted you though there. Thanks, Marion. I'm going to drop you backstage now. If you want to leave, you can and watch it just on Facebook. You can do that. You can stay backstage and say bye to everybody at the end.
All
Thanks
right,
for
love.
joining
Thank
us.
you.
Oh, where were we? I need to unmute you, Reverend Lynn, don't I? Gosh, this muting and unmuting and guessing when somebody's going to speak's really hard work when you've got the cat's hat on your hand. I can tell you, she is. I wish I could show you, because she thinks that she's part of this. She's just here. Let's see if I can show you. She thinks she's part of the service, and she thinks the mouse in my hand that I'm moving about is a real mouse, and she thinks it's fair game. And so I tell you, if you could see half the things I'm battling in here this evening, you'd be very proud. I'm going to bring our next read on for you, which will be lovely Karen. I'm just going to say hi, Karen, and mute myself and put you on.
Hi.
Hello, Karen.
Hi, Reverend.
Well, I can see that you have a very buoyant personality, that you are really committed to helping other people, that you just wish that everything was much better in the world than it is. I can see also that you have that little ripple of sadness, because you feel that there should be better things going on for people, that you worry about people who you worry about everybody. You don't just worry about your family and friends, you worry about the whole world. And I think you're one of those people who concern themselves with animals as well as people. So I think that you have a great love for animals. And I think that when Reverend Sarah showed her cat just then, that you were also somebody who thought, oh, how lovely, you know. And I don't know if you have animals yourself. They're not telling me. Just the fact that you love animals generally. And, you know, you're probably a sort of cat person in yourself, perhaps.
Yeah.
Sorry, I can't hear you.
They're the boss of the cat person, yes.
I can't hear you.
It's okay. It's okay. Yes, I do. I do love cats. Yes, I do. It's okay.
Okay. I'm trying to sort of fiddle with knobs here to try and listen to you. But anyway, I know that must be correct anyway, because they're telling me that. I also know, oh dear, I'm sorry, I'm going to turn that down a bit now. I also know that you've got animals over there on the other side of life who want to be remembered to you. And I feel that you were devastated with at least one that went over, and you felt that you'd lost a bosom pal. And I know they come back, you see, sometimes just as these sort of balls of energy. And I feel that this was a little energetic animal, and comes forward as this sort of lovely, well, I feel that they're sort of here, and it feels very warm and loving towards you. And I feel that this animal, it could be a cat. It could be a cat. Yes, because the way I can feel the sort of roundness and warmth and the fur, and it's here, you know, sort of where a cat would sort of would nestle. And there's so much love coming to you from this little animal. and for all that you did, especially at the last. And I know that people think it's mad that they can communicate with us, but the language of spirit is universal, and it's universal for all. And this animal is communicating back the love, and literally letting us know that to say to you what you did was the right thing because you were concerned. Okay, and that's very important. And animals can't actually laugh, but you know, there's that sort of humorous feeling about you know, to say to you that you did the right thing, and they don't want you to be sad about that. Is that okay? You would understand about that, because it spared more suffering. There would have been suffering.
Yeah.
So, now, did you used to like the cartoons? You seem too young to really even know about them, but there was a cartoon called Sylvester and Tweety Pie. You know, and that was a naughty cat with a little bird. And I'm being asked to remind you of that for the fun side of things. So I don't know if you ever got presented with a bird as a present, but no. But I think it's only because there was some sort of reason why that didn't happen. But I think that you would have been in receipt of a present of a bird if they could have given you one.
Pigeon friends.
Sorry?
I have a lot of pigeon friends. Pigeons.
Oh, you got pigeons.
To me. I feed quite them, yeah.
Lovely. I'm so sorry, actually, because maybe they would have got, you know, he or she would have been able to tell me more about this, because I was looking at Tweety Pie and Sylvester, and the birds, obviously, he's thinking I'm thick. That, you know, about the birds. Well, some people don't like pigeons, but I think they miss out a lot. You know, it's ridiculous. And I know that oh, I see. This thing about not feeding them. There's something about not feeding pigeons, which is really bad. And of course you look after them, and that's wonderful. So okay. It's strange that we have this cat, which you know, is so loving, and in a way, I would feel that perhaps you feel that you've had more love from animals than you've had from human beings in your life.
Yeah.
And I think that it's more important to you to know that there are so many animals who are there to thank you for your care, even more than human beings. You know, there are a lot of animals over there who are talking about that, and I don't know if perhaps you've been involved in some way with helping animals in a wider sense, but that's what it feels like anyway, from the way they're all sort of lining up here in groups, you know, sort of with sending love to you.
Yes, I haven't housed them, but I have a lot of animals.
You have?
Yeah, I haven't housed them specifically. I haven't been part of a rescue thing or anything, but I do have a lot of animal friends. Don't just mind them.
Yeah, no. I mean, it's just that they know. That's the main thing. And the other thing is that, of course, they do survive physical death. And that is something that is really important for you to know. And, of course, you do know, but basically to get proof of that by getting a message back, you know, from your own pet, from your own companion, you know, is very important to know that they really do survive physical death. They're not just snuffed out as nothing, you know, and they're to be respected and dignified in their lives as well. And this is what you feel very much, so that they're thanking you for that. They are saying that you're probably yes, I know. You're probably thinking of what you can do more, and around Christmas time, of course, it's always a difficult time, not just for human beings who haven't got anywhere to live, but for animals too. And you know, that they're all sort of saying, well, you know, there are places you can help, and you know, like these animal shelters and things like that. So I don't know if you've ever been involved with that, but they're talking about maybe you could do something like that, which would widen your, also you would meet more friends like you.
Yes. Yes. Yeah. No, I've really thought about it. Thank you. Thank you.
You understand why they're talking about that. I feel very much that, you know, the human beings that you've been in touch with, shall we say, closely, haven't really measured up to your expectations. So you may have been a little disappointed in you know, particular people, shall we say. This is a public demonstration, and you know, but nevertheless, you know, our duty is to provide proof of survival by giving you evidence that you can relate to, and that other people can see that is the truth. And you know, that's something that is of concern to your lovely animal companion here and the others, and they want you to be happy and, you know, not to be taken advantage of. You understand that?
Yes.
Yes, because, you know, you have been taken advantage of. So I'm sorry that I'm looking up here. I'm supposed to look in this little camera here, you see. So I think that that's probably... there seems to be some kind of greenery, and I don't know if this is a garden that you enjoy, or even a park that you enjoy visiting. But I can see lovely sort of greenery around you, where you feel happy, and this is like a sort of a memory link. Somewhere that you've been, and I feel very much that you should be able to have a kind of holiday. I think you need a little holiday.
Yes.
And so the animals are showing you a sort of a lovely sort of, you know, countryside scene. So I think this is what you should be doing, looking at having a little holiday, you know, with nature. I think that's very important to you. So I'll say God bless you, and your animal friends, and your little companion who's come back and sends you so much love, and just lovely soft fur, very soft and warm. Yes, lovely, lovely. God bless you.
Appreciate that.
I've just unmuted you, Karen, so you could say thank you, and then I'm going to drop you backstage.
Okay, very much. I'm grateful for that. Thank you. It's really beautiful. Deeply appreciated. Thank you.
Right, Rev Lyn. Now, Fia, I was going to jokingly say your next victim, but I would only be joking, because you're just wonderful. You really are. You really cheer up the whole screen. Pamela, I know I can see you and you can see me. Are you ready if I put you onto the screen? We're getting a big nod. All yours.
Hello, Pam. Hello. Oh, wow. Look at that. You have this sort of wonderful thing behind you.
Oh, on my
Is
wall.
that on
Yeah.
your is that on your wall?
It is, yes.
And forget the world. Lay here if I just would you lie with me?
It's
Now
it's
that
words
is an
from a
invitation.
song. Yeah.
Sorry?
It's words from a song.
Words from a song. Ah. Well, that's really good. Now, you know, it's quite amazing, this sort of hopping from one person to the next person and tuning in, and, you know, there's so many people over there and everybody's fighting to get through. Oh dear, I've got somebody here who's who really suffered with their back before they passed away. I have somebody who was very uncomfortable before they passed away, who belongs to you.
Yeah.
Oh dear, do you mind? Oh, you know, I always say, you know, mediums die millions of times, you know, before they actually go themselves. But this person was really uncomfortable before they passed away.
Yes.
And they're showing me, you know, how they felt before they went, just to let me know, you know, to tell you so that you would identify them. Hopefully you understand who that was.
It's my brother.
Sorry.
Yeah.
I'm being told off here. Pardon?
I think it's my brother.
Ah. He had this problem with his back. It seemed to spread from his shoulders.
Yeah, it was in his
you
spine.
can just say yes or no. Yeah, horrible. You know, I can't sort of move. It's like I can't move, and it feels like I've got lumps or something.
It did, yeah.
So horrible. Yeah, really horrible. He was saying, he said he was really glad to get rid of it.
I bet.
Because they tried to sort of do stuff for him, but it didn't work.
No.
Right? And he said, but it did work. When he went, he stepped out of it and it was gone. This terrible feeling that he's giving me. You know, I feel like the Hunchback of Notre Dame. You know, it was that bad.
Yeah.
And he's saying, you know, I wasn't old. You know, I wasn't old. He's saying he wasn't old.
He
That's
wasn't.
what he's saying. You see,
yeah,
he wasn't old. No, he wasn't. That's what he's saying. I'm glad you're agreeing with him, because he would have been quite cross if you disagreed. You know, he used to like to make his point, didn't he? Yes, he did like to make his point. And of course, he does love you. That's never been in question. But sometimes you would have wondered the way he carried on sometimes. But he's saying it was all done in good fun.
Yeah.
So whatever it was, I think he was quite mischievous.
Yes.
You know, as a youngster, and I think he might have got into, you know, a couple of things of trouble, and he might have blamed you.
He might have.
At the time, he might have blamed you, or tried to, shall we say? So he's sorry about that.
Oh, it's okay.
But he's saying, you know, you were really good to him.
Oh, that's him.
You were really good. So that's important to know.
Thank you. Yeah.
He's showing me. Yeah. He's showing me really a bicycle.
Right.
I can see what looks like a bicycle here.
Yeah.
That he's wheeling in. And that's weird. These are old-fashioned things, and I don't think he's old-fashioned, but he's showing me bicycle clips.
Yeah, what they put on this?
On their trousers.
Legs. Yeah.
Yeah, is that right?
Yes.
Wow, that's really. That's, you know, I thought, no, he's showing me those. I thought, all right, I'll tell you. Yeah. But he's saying everything's really clean over here.
Yeah.
So that must be relevant. I
Yeah.
feel that he was somebody who used to get in a bit of a mess sometimes with what he was doing.
Yes. Yes. Yeah. Definitely.
So I would say that he was happier. You know, you get some people who are sort of always, you know, always smartly dressed and washed and everything, but I can see that he would like to get his hands dirty with different things.
Yep.
He's saying that there's a time, I don't know, have you just got daffodil bulbs or something, or are you thinking of getting some?
No, not really.
He's showing me a bag of daffodil bulbs and
Right.
saying, you know, it's time to get planting.
For spring, right?
And to look towards the spring, you see.
Yeah.
Because, yeah, all right. He's saying that you get a bit bogged. All right. He's saying you get a bit bogged down at this time of year because
Yeah.
you don't like the dark nights.
No, I don't.
No, that's what he's saying, you see. You
Yeah.
can't argue with him. You know, that's another thing.
Yeah.
You're not supposed to argue, as he says. And he's saying to you that you buy yourself a bag of daffodil bulbs and plant them and think of the spring to come.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because he's saying, you know, the spring is a very this time of year is not a good time of year for you.
No.
You know,
Lost
and I think he's saying to you, you must look forward to the spring. You know, like things are a bit dark and dreary now, but plant those daffodil bulbs in, and you'll know about them laying there in the dark and waiting for the spring when they will blossom again.
Yeah.
I have May. He's giving me the month of May as some kind of significant.
Right. Yes.
So,
yes.
And he's talking about your parents' wedding anniversary.
My parents.
Yes.
Or mine.
Sorry?
Is it my parents or my anniversary?
He's talking about wedding anniversary, so I was assuming that it was a parents' anniversary.
Well, it's our golden wedding coming
Sorry?
up. It's our golden
You have
wedding
a golden
coming
wedding.
up. Coming up, yeah.
Right. So that's obviously what he's talking about.
Yeah,
Then I do beg your pardon, because you don't look old enough. Honestly, you know, these glasses, I'll have to change them. You know, because he was talking about his special wedding anniversary, and I'm assuming old parents, you know. But no, I'm sorry about that. I do apologise.
Yeah.
I keep forgetting that we are our own parents now.
Yes.
You know, it's weird, isn't it?
Yeah.
But you do look, I must say, you look very young for a golden wedding. But there you go.
Thank you.
Well, but it just shows you, you see, you know, like we see things in a different way to them over there.
Definitely.
Right. That anniversary is very important to you.
Yes.
Of course. He likes stating the obvious, your brother, doesn't he? And he's saying he will be there along with other people as well from your family who are over on the other side now, because they're getting, you know, they're saying it's really important for you to know that they will be there, because you're feeling sad. Every time you think about it, you think about what it was like before everybody went, and it's like you feel left alone.
A little bit sometimes.
He's saying you. Well, yes, yeah. I mean, I'm sorry to be saying this over the ether, you know, for everybody to hear, but this is what he's saying. I'm only repeating that so you know.
Yeah.
I mean, lots of people don't actually feel alone. You know, actually, they don't really think about anything, only what they're doing here and now at the time, and they don't concern themselves with the past or who's not around. You know, they're quite sort of stoic in that, but you're not actually.
No.
And you do have this, you know, feeling that it would be lovely if more people were still here and able to be there, you know, for the celebrations, but they've gone off.
Yeah.
And, you know, it's hard sometimes to feel that you've not been left. You know, that you're not being abandoned. You know, but you know, that feeling of being abandoned is something that you know, you're saying that when you were a child, you know, when you were young, you know, you used to worry if you were sort of like, you know, animals get what they call separation anxiety. If you go out the door and that, but he's saying that you used to worry if people weren't around, you didn't know where they were, it would worry you. And also I see. Apparently he used to go out and you'd wonder what he was up to and where he was. This is going back a long time.
Yes.
And he's saying, you know, he wasn't going to get into trouble, but you used to worry. But he said she was always a worrier.
Oh yes, definitely a worrier.
Yeah. Oh, but he's saying, no, show her what I look like now. All right. He's looking very, very dapper. And he's sort of he's able to get around, do what he likes. He says he can travel on any bus he wants. I don't know what that is. Must be a memory.
I think I know what it is, but I'm not going to explain it.
Sorry?
I do know what he means about the bus. Yeah.
So he's saying he can get on a bus going anywhere he likes.
Yeah.
And it doesn't cost anything.
No.
And he's showing me all this wonderful places where he can visit. He says, you know, you only have to think where you want to go and you can be there.
I know.
And he says he's having a wonderful time. And he must have, I don't know. He's saying to me, I met Jerry. So obviously somebody called Jerry that he knew. Don't strain, because I always worry about that because when your brothers have friends, they don't always introduce you to them.
That's
you know
right.
What I mean?
But
he's saying, no, I'm sure that maybe, you know, it'll come to you or whatever. Well, his name would have been Gerald, I suppose.
Gerald.
If it's a Jerry.
Yeah, could be. Rings a bell, that.
It would, but a long time ago. And of course, because it's all a long time ago, isn't it? That's the point. To really sort of think. And he's having a good laugh here. But he's saying, you know, he gets everything he wants. There's nothing he can't have. And they get nice haircuts, he's saying. So obviously he was somebody who cared about his appearance a lot.
Yes, he did. Yes.
Yeah. And you know, they have a really good time over there. They have these like cafes. He's showing me this sort of like this cafe where they can all hang out.
Yeah.
So he's showing me that too. You know, that should be a memory for you as well. To know that that's where.
Yeah. He used to like to go and sit and have a coffee somewhere.
So that's where they all are. He's showing me this. So just really, it's wonderful, isn't it? You know,
it is wonderful.
We do good things. We have some problems, and then we go over, and then we have these wonderful, you know, places that we can go to, and like he said, you know, and don't forget he's got this bicycle with the clips and everything. You know, he can do anything he wants now, and he's going no pain, no pain.
That's the main thing.
So I say God bless you.
God bless you too. Thank you so much.
Happy anniversary, of course.
Thank you.
And you know, I hope that you enjoyed that contact with your brother.
I did. It was lovely. Thank you very much.
Gosh, jumping about trying to click and unclick. I nearly exited somebody from the platform then. I got a bit click happy there. Wonderful messages, Reverend Lynn. Have you time to fit our Jeanette in? Just the one more. She's been sat ever so patiently backstage.
Disappoint somebody who's been waiting. I'll see what I can do for them.
Superstar.
Hello, Jeanette.
Hi.
Hello. Ah, right. Oh, you've got lovely lights behind you.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah. Well, we have lights as well, but we have to turn them off because they flicker like mad when they're on screen. I don't know why. They just dance about. Not they don't. That looks really lovely. Right. Well, having admired your decorations, right. Something tells me that perhaps you would like to know more about what your situation is in life and where you're going, and what you're going to be doing next and things like that, as well as maybe hearing from somebody or other. But I feel that you have that you're wondering what's going to be coming up for you in the fairly near future.
Yeah.
Yes. You see, that we talk about our guides and helpers, and of course I do have that, and they do know everything about us, and they know, my people know your people and stuff like that over on the other side, and so we get told about these things. I feel that you have accomplished quite a lot in your life, actually. You've got over quite a lot.
Yeah,
You know
I
what I mean?
Yeah.
And really, I think you're looking for a new way forward, more beneficial for you and for your immediate loved ones.
Yeah.
And I am seeing that I am seeing children around you, so I presume you have some of them.
Yeah. Yes.
Yes.
Yes, I do.
And so you're concerned really about, what's going on at the moment. You remember my address, they're reminding me of it. That I was going on about all the negative stuff that's being put out there and how it's affecting people. And I feel that it's affected you and your family quite badly, really, all this carry on.
Yeah.
And difficult to explain to children, what's going to happen.
Yeah, definitely.
And especially with Christmas coming up. I think Christmas is a very important time to you.
Yeah, it is, yeah.
And so, you're wondering what kind of Christmas are we all going to have?
Yeah.
Well, I can't tell you to go and buy a lottery ticket or something like that, but I know that, along with a lot of people I know, you're probably wondering, how it's all going to work out financially as well. All the things that you need to get and do and stuff like that. But I need to say to you that there are people on the other side who are very keen that you get a good Christmas. I think there's one of your flock there. I can see somebody. Hello. Hello.
Yeah, that's my daughter.
Mum, I just came out to tell you I've been seeing 1-1-1-1 a lot.
Okay.
And 4-4-4. Are you going to call the dad?
Yes, that's one of them.
Yeah. The trouble is, you see, you want to give them everything you can, but it's not possible.
Yeah, no. Yeah. She wants to get in on the act.
Yeah, why not? Hello, darling. this is good fun, isn't it? We're talking to spirit people here, you know, like the angels that you can't see, the ones that you stick on the tree, but these are real ones.
Yeah, she goes to spiritual church with me on a Thursday to see Sarah and that lot. So.
There you go. Yeah, I knew that it was fine to speak with you. Otherwise, we don't, of course. So I knew that. And yes, the angels over there are much better than the ones we stick on our tree, aren't they? Because they can actually do things for us. And there's lots of things that you've wanted that I know that I'm supposed to be talking to your mum, but, you know, I was talking about her children, and I think that it's very important that you're in this frame, as it were, and there's really happy that you're actually there. And they're saying, you know, out of everybody, you know, you are the most connected, and
Yeah.
yeah, yes, for sure. And you have been connected right from the very beginning of your life here, and that you know that, so that's made you feel happier in yourself than you would be otherwise. People don't know sometimes why you're so happy, but you know, and that's the main thing. And it's almost like believing in fairies, isn't it? You know, that we do believe in fairies, because they're little spirit people, really, that help us. And that's nice, because you get a lot of help there. Now, as for your mum, she's been worrying about how she's going to sort of provide everything and get everything done for Christmas, and worrying about this sort of new, you know, with the Prime Minister, you know, going on about it all, and, you know, he's best to be turned off, really. Well, they should all be turned off. That's all right. And we should just sort of carry on doing what we're doing. I think that if you don't, Jeanette, sit in circle, then you should, and develop your own abilities more.
Yep.
Have you thought about that?
I have been. I think I've been to a couple.
And I've been asking her to bring me.
Yeah, the circles.
And you've been in a circle as well? Brilliant.
Not yet, but Mum needs to bring me one of these days.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. You know, some. I mean, one of the greatest mediums of all time, Gordon Higginson, he sat in circle when he was 4 because his mum was a medium, and she couldn't do anything with him except sit him there. And he developed as a medium. He was 4 years old, and I think he was giving messages at about 6. When he was about 6 years old, he was getting messages from spirit people. So, you know, I think that would be really good. And yes. and so there you are. You see, you've got your orders from them on the other side that they would like you very much to develop, both of you. And you have lots of interesting and good things coming your way. Absolutely.
Ooh.
So everything will, you see, if we do the work, we get a reward. It's not always like a reward that you can put your finger on, but there's all sorts of things, nice things that happen that wouldn't otherwise, because they look after us.
Yeah.
And, you know, you need a bit of looking after, you guys.
Oh, thank you.
So really, if you can, you know, I'm sure that Rev Sarah, are you at Bridlington itself?
I just live outside of Bridlington.
Right. So, you know, I mean, if it's accessible for you to perhaps, you know, do a circle, and while I'm saying that, I've actually got a couple of teaching videos on my YouTube channel for development. And I've got quite a few other shorter videos and meditations, things like that, for developing. So if you put in Lyn I think my channel's Lyn Gibb-de-Swarte, but anyway, it's YouTube, and put my name in it, and you should get some development videos to have a look at as well, because they're specially done for people to develop. And also I did a CD. Rev Nick did it with me. It's called Iconoclast and Tuning into Spirit, and that's also got meditations, because we need to meditate in order to develop our mediumship, our spirit self. So there you go. You see, you had to have this message, didn't you, tonight? But it's just wonderful for me to see a young person with such a wonderful future. And I think you know, you should be really happy about that yourself. And I do love those nails. I think they're wonderful.
Your nail? Oh, Caitlin's nails.
Show us your nails. Yeah. Look at those. Wow, we got Reverend Tony Swindles, and he's got some like that, very similar. Wow, look at that. That's fantastic. So there you are, Jeanette. You know,
thank you very much.
You've got, you know, and I know that your children are loved from them on the other side. You didn't get a message from a family member, but there's such excitement over there at having people like yourselves and like your daughter interested in spreading this way of life, and you know, and developing their own mediumship. So I say God bless you, and I'm so happy to have met you.
Thank you very much, Lyn.
Oh, well,
thank you.
And you could be my friend on Facebook, and then, you know, we can sort of talk about stuff, you know.
Yep. Yeah, that's fine. Thank you very much.
God bless.
Goodbye.
Bye, darling. Bye.
Oh, that's wonderful, Jeanette. And Caitlin, thanks for popping on. Do you know, these are a fabulous family that belong to our church, Reverend Lyn, and they're just amazing people. We love having her around. And Caitlin, she's an old head on young shoulders, that young girl. And one day, you're absolutely right, she'll be an amazing medium. Spot on. I'll see you hopefully tomorrow, you two. If not, you know, get well soon, Jeanette. All right, take care. I'll see you soon. I shouldn't have unmuted you then, should I, Reverend Lyn? Reverend Lyn, what amazing messages and evidence. You don't know how well you really tuned well in there, because Karen, who was on earlier, it's a long story really, but I'll give you the quick version. She, where she used to live, this cat befriended her, and it was a stray cat, really feral, you know, and feral. I don't know, you say that, feral, yeah. And eventually it let her pick it up and cuddle it, but she moved away, and she goes every day back to where she lived to feed and see this cat. And she opens her van door and it jumps in, and she takes it for a little ride and has to take it back because it won't live indoors. So you don't know how close you know, like how spot on you were there. I could see a little face lighting up when you was talking about the cat. Wonderful, wonderful. And if I may, I'm going to, here we go, mute myself, which doesn't happen very often, I can tell you, and ask you if you would mind doing the closing.
Well, everybody, it's been a pleasure to serve, and let us all send our thoughts out and ask the Almighty to bless us, each and every one who are tuning in to this service in this December 2021. We ask that everybody is given comfort and healing and joy in their hearts, no matter what is happening in their lives, that we can all experience the love and comfort and healing of the Most High. We ask the dear Lord to look after us as we go about our daily businesses, and keep watch over us at night as we sleep, those of us who can sleep. We ask a blessing on our children, on our children's children, and on their children. We ask a blessing on all our family and friends who are in the spirit world. We send them our love and our thanks for looking after us and watching over us as they do. We ask also at this time for all those who are without shelter, without food, and without hope. We ask you, dear God, to give them the blessing of warmth and shelter and food, and may the hearts of those who are turned against the stranger be filled with compassion, and so that we can follow in our elder brother, our Lord and Saviour's words, and love one another. Amen.
Beautiful. Thank you, Reverend Lynn. That was beautiful. I felt every bit of that. It was making the little hairs on my arms stand on end. That was beautiful. Thank you. I'm going to bring everybody else with your microphones muted though, so forgive me. Apart from Karen, who we seem to have lost her, bless her. Her internet might be bad. Just on the screen, so you can all wave good night to everybody. And I'll let Reverend Lynn just say good night to you. Just bear with me a sec.
Good night, and God bless you and keep you safe. May the Lord make his face shine upon you and give you peace. Amen. And now Reverend Sarah's forgotten to unmute herself.
Oh my word, honestly, it's time for bed, it really is. Thank you, Reverend Lynn, and thanks for reminding me for a wonderful evening. As always, you're a pleasure, and we hope to see much more of you next year again. Thank you, everybody, for joining us and bearing with us with the internet. We have got a little song. I'll just put this on. I'll pop it up now. Here we go. I hope this works because I've never done this before. Keep fingers crossed, everyone. Are you ready?
We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Good tidings we bring to you and your kin. We wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
So Merry Christmas, everybody. Stay safe. You know where I am if you want me. I know we'll be at church tomorrow evening. I know Reverend Lynn is they're live at Little Port Christian Spiritualists tomorrow evening. They stream live from their church and also in their church. We can't do that because we haven't quite got the technology, and I quite like doing them separate at the moment. So that's the way we're going to go for now. Reverend Lynn, I'm just going to try and unmute you. Thank you again. Good night, everybody.
Thank you very much for asking me. Thank you.
Anytime.
And I love singing along to that carol.
Good night, everybody, and God bless you all.